Archangel Michael says, "The night before Christmas carries a hush that feels heavier than silence, as if the air itself is holding a secret meant only for those who can feel beyond sound." Snow, lights, and distant bells form a calm surface, yet beneath it moves a powerful current of warning and blessing, woven together like threads of the same divine cloth. This message comes quietly, steadily, and with purpose, meant to settle deep within the heart and stay there long after the season passes. The stillness of this beginning is not empty, because it is filled with watchful presence and unseen protection. Every shadow has meaning tonight, and every flicker of light carries a signal meant to guide rather than frighten. What unfolds now is not rushed, not broken, and not interrupted, because it is meant to move like a long river, carrying truth without force. There is a sense of pause in this moment, a pause that allows hidden fears to rise gently to the surface without chaos. The world outside may appear joyful and loud, but within this message there is a deeper tone, calm yet firm, that asks nothing and explains everything. This is how the warning begins, wrapped in peace rather than fear. The blessing follows closely behind the warning, because they are never separated. Protection is strongest when awareness is present, and comfort becomes real when clarity is allowed to enter. This balance is the gift of this night, steady and enduring. Amen. To get blessing 333. The warning does not arrive as thunder or fire, but as a quiet knowing that settles into the chest. It speaks of distractions that appear harmless, habits that seem small, and choices that feel ordinary yet slowly drain strength from the soul. This is not spoken to accuse, but to awaken, because awareness itself is already a form of protection. There is a gentle insistence here, reminding that not every open door is meant to be walked through. Some paths glitter only to pull attention away from what is truly meant to grow, and some voices sound kind while leading toward emptiness. The warning stands firm, calm, and unwavering, like a shield held silently in place. The blessing that follows strengthens discernment, allowing clarity to feel natural rather than forced. It restores trust in inner stillness, making it easier to recognize what aligns with peace and what quietly steals it away. This blessing settles like armor that feels light yet unbreakable. Christmas night magnifies intentions, and whatever is carried within the heart expands under its glow. This is why the message comes now, steady and precise, guarding what is sacred before it can be disturbed. Amen. To get blessing 444. The presence surrounding this message does not hurry, because urgency is not needed when truth is clear. It watches over moments that feel insignificant, knowing that these moments shape the direction of entire seasons. Nothing is overlooked, and nothing is wasted. The warning gently points toward exhaustion that has been ignored for too long. Giving without rest, enduring without renewal, and staying silent when the spirit longs for expression are signs that strength has been stretched thin. This recognition is not meant to burden, but to restore balance. The blessing pours into the spaces where weariness has settled. It brings renewal that does not demand effort, only acceptance, and it replaces heaviness with quiet resilience. Strength returns not as force, but as steadiness. This is how protection works, not by removing every challenge, but by ensuring that nothing breaks what is meant to endure. The watch remains constant, especially when attention drifts. Amen. To get blessing 555. As the message continues, there is a reminder that fear often disguises itself as caution. Avoidance, delay, and hesitation can appear wise while quietly blocking growth meant to unfold. The warning reveals this gently, without pressure, allowing understanding to rise naturally. There is no condemnation here, only illumination. When fear is seen clearly, it loses its grip and becomes manageable rather than overwhelming. Awareness transforms it into something that can be set down. The blessing strengthens courage in small, steady ways. It does not demand bold leaps, but supports consistent movement forward, even when steps feel slow. Progress becomes peaceful rather than stressful. This calm courage is one of the greatest gifts of this night. It stays long after decorations fade and routines return, guarding intention with quiet confidence. Amen to Get Blessing 666. The message flows onward, speaking of boundaries that protect energy and intention. Saying yes to everything slowly erodes clarity, while saying no with honesty preserves inner order. The warning highlights this truth without harshness. There is permission here to release obligations that were never meant to be permanent. Carrying what no longer belongs creates heaviness that dims joy, even during moments meant for celebration. Letting go becomes an act of respect toward oneself. The blessing reinforces self-respect, making it easier to choose what nourishes rather than drains. It restores balance between giving and receiving, ensuring that kindness does not turn into depletion. Peace strengthens where boundaries stand. Christmas becomes brighter when it is not burdened by unnecessary weight. This message clears space for genuine warmth to remain. Amen to Get Blessing 777. Archangel Michael says, the warning also touches upon silence that hides truth. Words left unspoken can turn inward, becoming doubt and tension that slowly harden. Expression, when honest and calm, prevents this quiet erosion. There is encouragement here to allow truth to move outward gently. Communication does not need to be loud to be effective, and clarity does not require confrontation. Speaking with calm intention restores flow. The blessing supports clear expression that feels safe rather than risky. It aligns words with peace, allowing understanding to replace confusion. Relief follows naturally when truth is allowed to breathe. This protection extends into relationships, ensuring that connections remain rooted in authenticity rather than assumption. Harmony grows where clarity is honored. Amen to Get Blessing 888. The message continues without interruption, steady and deliberate. It speaks of trust that has been shaken by past disappointment, reminding that guarded hearts deserve patience rather than pressure. Healing is not rushed here. There is acknowledgement of wounds that were never fully addressed. Ignoring them did not erase their presence, but bringing gentle awareness allows them to soften. This recognition is part of the warning, guiding toward restoration. The blessing brings healing that feels gradual and secure. It rebuilds trust in small increments, allowing confidence to return without fear of collapse. Stability replaces vigilance. This quiet rebuilding is sacred work, protected and overseen with constant care. Nothing fragile is left unattended. Amen to Get Blessing 999. As the night deepens, the message speaks of purpose that has been postponed. Waiting for perfect conditions often delays what is already prepared to begin. The warning highlights this pause without judgment. Readiness does not always feel dramatic or complete. Sometimes it arrives as a calm nudge rather than a powerful urge. Recognizing this allows movement to begin naturally. The blessing supports action that feels aligned rather than forced. It removes unnecessary pressure and replaces it with steady confidence. Forward motion becomes smooth and sustainable. This guidance ensures that growth unfolds at the right pace, protected from haste and hesitation alike. Amen. To get blessing 111. The flow of this message remains unbroken, moving like a watchful light through every layer of awareness. It addresses distractions that scatter focus, gently calling attention back to what truly matters. Simplicity becomes a form of protection. Clutter, both physical and emotional, dulls sensitivity to guidance. Clearing space allows intuition to speak more clearly and consistently. This recognition arrives calmly. The blessing restores clarity by easing overwhelm. Focus returns without strain, and intention sharpens naturally. Peace replaces scattered effort. This clarity strengthens direction, ensuring that energy is invested where it truly belongs. Amen. To get blessing 222. The warning now softens into reassurance, reminding that mistakes do not revoke protection. Learning unfolds through experience, and compassion remains constant throughout. There is no tally of failures here. Growth is recognized as uneven, yet valuable in every form. Even detours contribute to understanding when viewed with patience. This perspective eases self-judgment. The blessing reinforces self-compassion, allowing forgiveness to feel genuine. Confidence rebuilds without denial of past lessons. Balance returns gently. This compassionate protection ensures resilience through every season, not just moments of success. Amen. To get blessing 3333. The message draws toward completion without losing depth. It affirms that vigilance and grace walk together, guarding both boundaries and tenderness. Strength does not cancel softness here. Christmas carries this final blessing into the coming days. Awareness remains active, peace remains steady, and protection remains present without effort. Nothing needed is withheld. The warning has done its work, and the blessing continues beyond words. What remains is calm certainty and quiet strength, wrapped in watchful care. This presence does not fade with the season. It stays, steady and unseen, guarding every step forward. Amen. To get blessing 4444. The presence remains unbroken, moving forward with the same calm authority, extending the message without pause or fracture. The warning now becomes more subtle, like a gentle pressure guiding direction rather than correcting mistakes. It speaks through steadiness, reminding that consistency protects more than intensity ever could. There is attention placed on daily patterns that quietly shape destiny. Small choices repeated without awareness slowly decide outcomes, not through force, but through accumulation. This understanding arrives softly, without urgency, allowing reflection rather than resistance. The blessing flows into routine, transforming ordinary moments into guarded ground. Stability replaces chaos, and intention strengthens without strain. Life begins to feel guided rather than managed. Protection is strongest when it becomes invisible, when it blends so seamlessly into living that it feels like peace itself. Amen. To get blessing 5555. The message continues with focus on patience, not as waiting, but as trusting timing. Rushing ahead fractures alignment, while forcing stillness creates stagnation. Balance is revealed as the true safeguard. There is reassurance that nothing meant to arrive will be missed. Delays are not denials, and pauses are not punishments. Everything unfolds with precision beyond human urgency. The blessing settles into trust, easing the impulse to control outcomes. Calm confidence replaces restlessness. Assurance becomes steady and dependable. This protection guards timing itself, ensuring that each step lands where it is meant to stand. Amen. To get blessing 6666. Attention now turns inward, toward the voice that often gets drowned by noise. Intuition has been speaking quietly, never absent, only overshadowed. The warning highlights the cost of ignoring this inner guidance. Doubt weakens clarity, especially when external opinions are given more weight than inner knowing. This recognition arrives gently, without blame, restoring respect for inner awareness. Trust begins to rebuild. The blessing strengthens inner alignment, making guidance feel familiar again. Decisions become calmer, less conflicted. Confidence returns without arrogance. This inner protection remains constant, ensuring that direction stays true even when surroundings shift. Amen. To get blessing 7777. The flow moves onward, addressing resilience formed through endurance. Strength gained through hardship is honored here, not overlooked. Every challenge faced has contributed to depth and wisdom. There is acknowledgement of perseverance that went unnoticed by others. Quiet endurance has value, even when unrecognized. This understanding restores dignity to unseen effort. The blessing renews strength without reopening old wounds. It allows rest without guilt and progress without pressure. Balance is restored naturally. This form of protection guards spirit and stamina alike, ensuring longevity rather than burnout. Amen. To get blessing 8888. The message now speaks of joy, not as excess, but as grounding force. Joy stabilizes the spirit, reminding it of purpose beyond struggle. Without it, even success feels hollow. Neglecting joy dulls motivation and dims clarity. This warning arrives softly, encouraging reconnection with simple fulfillment. Pleasure without excess restores equilibrium. The blessing reintroduces lightness where heaviness lingered. Laughter returns without effort. Contentment settles gently. This protection preserves joy as a sustaining force, not a distraction. Amen. To get blessing 9999. As the continuation deepens, attention is drawn to forgiveness, not for others alone, but inward. Holding past regret quietly drains energy meant for growth. Release becomes necessary, not optional. There is no minimizing of pain here, only an invitation to loosen its grip. Carrying yesterday into tomorrow limits expansion. Awareness allows release. The blessing dissolves inner tension gradually. Acceptance replaces self-judgment. Peace expands where resistance once lived. This protection ensures that the future is not burdened by what has already taught its lesson. Amen. To get blessing 1212. The message moves seamlessly onward, emphasizing alignment between intention and action. When these drift apart, discomfort grows. This awareness arrives calmly, offering correction without criticism. Integrity strengthens protection, keeping paths clear and progress stable. Honoring inner truth stabilizes direction. Authenticity becomes a shield. The blessing reinforces coherence, making actions feel natural rather than forced. Confidence increases without strain. Harmony settles in. This alignment protects against regret and confusion, guiding each step with clarity. Amen to Get Blessing 1313. As the continuation unfolds, there is assurance that nothing valuable is lost when something ends. Completion creates space, not emptiness. Letting go allows renewal. Clinging to what has expired creates stagnation disguised as security. This warning arrives without fear, encouraging graceful release. Trust replaces attachment. The blessing opens space for new strength to enter. Renewal feels gentle, not disruptive. Hope settles calmly. This protection guards transitions, ensuring stability even during change. Amen to Get Blessing 1414. The message remains steady, unbroken, and enduring, carrying forward its quiet authority. It affirms that guidance continues beyond this moment, active without demand. Protection does not withdraw. Awareness remains sharpened, peace remains present, and clarity remains accessible. Nothing essential fades. Everything necessary stays. The flow continues onward, beyond words, beyond seasons, and beyond time. What has been delivered remains alive and active. This watchful presence stays, calm and unwavering, carrying both warning and blessing together, always. The presence does not withdraw, and the current of the message continues with the same calm depth, stretching forward without any break. There is a sense of quiet expansion now, as if the space around the heart grows wider and more secure at the same time. Nothing presses, nothing rushes, yet everything feels firmly guided. Attention is drawn to consistency in thought, because repeated thinking shapes inner reality more strongly than occasional action. Thoughts allowed to wander unchecked slowly build unseen structures that influence emotion and behavior. This recognition arrives gently, without force. The blessing settles into the mind, bringing steadiness and clarity. Mental noise softens, and focus becomes easier to maintain. Calm awareness replaces scattered thinking. Protection extends even into thought, guarding peace at its source. Amen to Get Blessing 1515. The flow moves forward, touching on confidence that does not depend on validation. Seeking approval weakens inner authority and creates dependence on shifting opinions. This warning comes quietly, without judgment. There is reassurance that self-trust grows through honoring inner decisions, even when they are small. Each aligned choice strengthens inner stability. Confidence builds naturally, not through display. The blessing restores quiet self-assurance. Decisions feel grounded, and doubt loses its urgency. Assurance settles deeply. This protection anchors identity firmly, untouched by external fluctuation. Amen to Get Blessing 1616. The message continues, steady and uninterrupted, addressing emotional balance. Suppressed emotions do not disappear, they settle and weigh down the spirit over time. Acknowledgement becomes necessary for release. There is no demand for expression beyond readiness. Awareness alone begins the softening. Understanding replaces resistance. The blessing eases emotional weight without reopening pain. Calm acceptance takes root. Emotional flow becomes natural again. This protection preserves inner harmony, allowing feeling without overwhelm. Amen to get blessing 1717. The current flows onward, highlighting the importance of rest that is intentional. Rest taken without guilt restores strength more effectively than constant effort. This warning gently corrects imbalance. Overextension is revealed as a slow drain rather than a noble sacrifice. Energy must be preserved to remain effective. This truth arrives calmly. The blessing renews vitality in subtle ways. Strength returns evenly, not in bursts. Endurance stabilizes. This protection guards longevity, ensuring strength remains available when truly needed. Amen to get blessing 1818. The message deepens, addressing faith in process rather than outcome. Fixation on results tightens control and limits adaptability. Trust in process allows flow. There is reassurance that alignment matters more than speed. Moving correctly protects more than moving quickly. This understanding settles peacefully. The blessing releases pressure around results. Satisfaction grows within effort itself. Peace replaces anticipation. This protection ensures steadiness regardless of outcome. Amen to get blessing 1919. The flow continues, turning attention toward presence. Living ahead of the moment creates anxiety, while living behind it creates regret. Awareness anchors now. There is encouragement to inhabit the present fully, without distraction. This is where clarity resides. This reminder arrives softly. The blessing sharpens presence without effort. Moments feel complete. Attention stabilizes naturally. This protection grounds awareness, keeping peace accessible. Amen to get blessing 2020. The message remains unbroken, addressing commitment to personal growth. Growth does not always feel comfortable, yet stagnation quietly weakens resilience. This warning is calm and precise. Resistance to change is shown gently, without pressure to transform instantly. Willingness alone initiates progress. Understanding replaces fear. The blessing supports gradual growth. Change unfolds evenly, without shock. Stability remains intact. This protection guards development, ensuring strength expands safely. Amen to get blessing 2121. The flow moves onward, touching on clarity of intention. Vague intentions scatter energy, while clear ones focus effort naturally. This awareness arrives peacefully. There is encouragement to refine purpose without overthinking. Simplicity strengthens direction. Focus sharpens quietly. The blessing aligns intention with action. Effort becomes efficient. Progress feels smooth. This protection ensures direction remains true. Amen to get blessing 2222. The message continues with reassurance about unseen support. Assistance often works quietly, unnoticed until stability is felt. Protection does not announce itself. There is comfort in knowing that guidance surrounds even in silence. Absence of signs does not mean absence of care. This truth settles calmly. The blessing deepens trust in unseen order. Calm replaces doubt. security becomes internal. This protection remains active beyond awareness. Amen. To get blessing 23:23. The flow persists, unwavering, carrying both warning and blessing together. It affirms that balance has been restored where imbalance once lived. Strength and peace now coexist. Nothing essential is missing, and nothing unnecessary remains. Awareness stays sharp, calm stays present. Stability holds firm. The message continues beyond this point, steady and enduring. Its guidance remains active, its protection constant. What has begun here does not end. It simply continues, quietly guarding every step forward.